So first of all, we will run this audio file. See, one good way of learning and developing your own English is by learning from us others' mistakes. Like here, we are going to play an audio file first, and you would find some errors in the audio files. And I would like you to hear this two, three times. I would like you to find out errors and any slips or mistakes of grammar, mistakes of pronunciation, or organizing ideas in this speech. This is uh, an answer to a speaking question, which is of section 2. And I would like you to first of all make a list of errors which you could point out, and then you can go through the whole presentation after this, where I have pointed out all the small errors or slips here and there. And if your list does not consist of the errors which I pointed out, it means that you are also unaware of those errors and you have to work on them. So, this is one good way of learning where we could pick from some others' mistakes and learn from them. So, I'm playing the audio first, and then we would go through the whole presentation and the slips.
In my childhood, I heard so many stories, but one story which I still like and remember from my childhood memory is the story of friendship of lion and mouse. This story was told by my grandmother to me during my school summer vacation. Uh, so, if I will give you summary of this story, is there is one little tiny mouse who is very notorious, and he used to annoy or irritate lion by doing some funny action, like he used to jump on his when he was sleeping, he used to jump on his tummy or head or tail. And one day lion caught him, and on that mouse told him that if he can release him or forgive him for his action, one day he can help him. Or on that, lion proudly said, I don't need your help, any which ways I will release you. I am not in a mood to eat you. After some time, one hunter came to catch lion, and he got success also in that plan. But mouse somehow heard the screaming of lion, and he immediately came to help the lion, and he was able to release lion. And on that action, lion thanked mouse for his help, and they become very good friends. So I really like the lesson which is hide in this story, which is we should always appreciate and we should always consider uh, other person, and we should never ever be very proud on our strength or on our stamina, that we never expect help from anyone else, because ultimately this earth is round, and we should always consider other person, and appreciate the uniqueness which is hide in that person character, or in that person ability. This is the reason I really like this story, and I implement the moral in my day-to-day life as well.
Okay, so you have heard the story, and I believe that you have also made notes of corrections here and there. If you haven't, please go back to this video, start it from the beginning, and just try to find out errors, slips, mistakes in this speech, and then you can refer to the mistakes which I am now going to point out when I play this once again.
Well, in my childhood, I heard so many stories, but one story which I still like and remember from my childhood memory is the story of friendship of lion and mouse.
Now, here she says one story which I still like and remember from my childhood memory. It is not childhood memory, it is childhood memories. Now, see, why memory and why memories? Because she is referring to many stories. So, it's not one memory, but many stories or many memories. So one story which I remember from my childhood memories, it has to be memories, not memory. However, this is a very good start. Well, I've heard many stories from my childhood, in my childhood, and I would like to relate one story which I still remember, so you can use this kind of start.
This story was told by my grandmother to me during my school summer vacation.
This story was told to me by my grandmother during my school summer vacations. So it is idiomatic to say vacations when there are many days. I mean, vacation is one day leave. Today I have a vacation. Yeah, I'm on a vacation. Generally, we say summer vacations, not summer vacation.
So if I will give you summary of this story, is
Now, see here, she has used an if expression. So, if I give you the summary of the story, is not is. If I give you the summary of the story, it would be or it is, not is.
uh, there is one little tiny mouse who is very notorious, and he used to
Now she is relating the story in present tense. There is a little tiny mouse who is very notorious. Although, sometimes we speak about stories or we tell stories in present tense, which is fine. But generally, you should speak about stories in the past tense rather than speaking in present tense.
annoy or irritate Lion by doing some funny action, like he used to jump on he when he was sleeping. He used to jump on his tummy or head or tail. And one day, Lion caught him, and on that, Mouse told him that if he can release him or forgive him for his action, one day he can
So here she says on that. Instead of saying on that, you can say on that instance or in that moment, the lion said that and those things.
help him. Or on that, Lion proudly said, "I don't need your help. Any which ways, I will release."
Instead of saying on that, you can say the lion replied saying that he didn't need any help. So you have to speak in past tense on that. And this is important that you learn reported speech. Reported speech means something which is reported, which is spoken by someone else. You are telling about that to somebody else, like the way newspaper reporters or the TV anchors speak. They usually speak in the reported speech because they are reporting something which was said or which happened at some place. So it is important that you speak such things in reported speech, and you can use some YouTube videos to learn it.
I am not in a mood to eat you.
He told that he was not in the mood to eat him. Not in the mood to eat you is incorrect. You have to report it. You are not supposed to speak in present tense.
After some time, one hunter came to catch lion, and he got success also in that plan. But Mouse somehow heard the screaming of lion, and he immediately came to help the lion, and he was able to release lion. And on that action, lion thanked Mouse.
And for that gesture of help, so instead of saying on that action, for that action would be better, and even better would be to say for that gesture of help, the lion thanked the mouse.
For his help, and they become very good friends.
They became very good friends, not become very good friend. They became very good friends, and you are supposed, I mean, you are speaking in the, I mean, you are presenting it as a plural. The expression, the idiomatic expression is they became very good friends. Would you like to become friends with me? So this is how we speak. Would you like to become friends with me? Yeah, become friends with me. So that's the idiomatic way of telling that, or using speaking that sentence.
So I really like the lesson which is hide in this story?
I really like the lesson which is hidden in this story, not hide in this story. I really liked the lesson which is hidden in this story, not hide in the story.
Which is we should always appreciate and we should always consider other person, and we should never ever be very proud on our strength or on our stamina, that we never expect help from anyone else, because ultimately this earth is round, and we should always consider other person, and appreciate the uniqueness which is hide in that person
Appreciate the uniqueness which is hidden in that person, not hide in that person.
character, or in that person ability. So
In that person's ability, not person ability. We should appreciate a person's ability, not person ability. So you have to use an apostrophe s. If you're writing there also you will use an apostrophe s. It makes eminent sense to write down all these notes. I've already pointed them out the way it is. The explanatory notes, if you scroll down. So I would like you to make a note of all these errors in your own notebook. And this is a very good practice. We can always learn from others' mistakes, and that helps us to improve our own speaking.
this is the reason I really like this story, and I implement the moral in my day-to-day life.
Not moral, it has to be moral. I implement the moral in my day to day life, and I still remember this moral for my whole life.